seen?
Never mind what y'all heard.
Oh, we are here.
Yeah. This is seen and not heard.
This is seen and not heard. I see you. You heard me?
You too, my brother.
You heard me?
Yo, listen. This is seen and not heard on the bullshit, apparently.
Right.
Asking what type of American are you?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm from the birthplace of basketball. And I would hope if we were in trying times, that would be good enough to not get me killed.
Okay. That's fair.
Some people say they're from other places, and gunshots ensue.
Word. I think birthplace of basketball is safe. I think it's safe.
I mean, luckily for us, we're not at war.
Yeah. Today, we're doing Civil War.
Civil War. Now, for everyone that's watching the show, we may have to start getting to a point where where people in the comments guess who picked the movie.
That could be a game. That could be a game. Yeah.
Because I'd love to see if anybody thought this was my pick.
Yeah, nah. Top to bottom, this is a me movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a me movie.
We are here, but this is you.
Yeah. Civil War came out earlier this year, written and directed by Alex Garland. Annihilation fame. He wrote 28 Days Later. He's not unfamiliar with like apocalyptic type of themes.
Okay.
He's done a couple other. He's done a handful of like very like artsy movies, but a lot of his movies have pushed like some dialogue.
Okay.
Definitely a lot of his works ask a lot of questions. But this one, around the time of its release, or leading up to its release, was getting a lot of support from the QAnon Republican far right for whatever reason,
Gotcha. There was some far right scenes in there.
Definitely.
That whole "what set you claim" scene is very far rightish.
Very, yeah.
What's the main actress's name?
Kirsten Dunst.
Yo, real rap. I'm mad. 2 shows in a row. I really had my whites down. I did think that was Ethan Hawke, and I did think this was Kirsten Dunst.
Word, without even checking credits. Okay.
Kirsten Dunst aged like milk.
Yeah.
Or this movie did a good job of making her look like she aged like milk.
Nah, she's older. She's older. So fun fact, her and Jesse Plemons, the gentleman that's in the scene that you're apparently they're married.
Okay.
Had no idea. Random. Because I would think he'd be closer to our age.
How old is she?
Shit.
She's like, she's got to be like my age.
Let me run the.
If not, she's not older than me.
Yo. She's 40. She's 42.
Okay, she is older than me. Wow.
Yeah.
Not much, but still.
But yeah, definitely. I thought more 45.
Really?
I thought she was closer to that. Yeah, I'm not even gonna hold you. Yeah.
I feel like you're like mentally conditioned to thinking that like when people play teens, they're older.
Yeah.
Because I feel like she was kind of like age accurate.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like when she was playing like in those films, she wasn't old. But yeah, her being Mary Jane in comparison to her in this.
Night and day difference.
Not the vibes.
Yeah, 20 years of difference. Yeah. Which is crazy.
I don't know.
But yeah,
no shade. Sorry.
Yeah,
Didn't mean to come out hot with the insult on the ageism.
Yeah,
Pardon me, dear.
Yeah, I think. I mean, age appropriate for Spider-Man. I think age appropriate for this as well because she looks like a photojournalist that's seen her fucking fair share of traumatic events. Like she looks stressed out from the beginning. You know, she's stressed out and over it. Like,
yeah, definitely knee deep in her career.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they set the tone early. With the bombing that goes off at the I don't know, they're handing out rations, supplies, or I think there's a water. I think they're just handing out fucking fresh water or some shit. But yeah, sets the tone early. She's a prominent photojournalist when she saves Jesse's character in the beginning.
I got some dumb questions for you.
Nah, fire them off. No questions are stupid questions. It's well real.
Excuse me. Like, is war photography that intense? And that
Yeah.
Like, no, I don't mean like the outcome of the photography. I just never thought that press, military press or press for war or war photography would literally have people be out there like that.
Well, obviously this is fantasy. It's, this is supposed to be America's second Civil War, distant future kind of thing. But
it looked like a caricature of what it could be to me. Like, because to me, I always thought that, like, there's no way people are just out there with a press pass and, like, like right here.
Yeah.
To, like, dead bodies and taking pictures and bullets whizzing over their heads while they're chilling with a camera. Because that sounds crazy to me.
I have I don't want to say I don't have like a history with photojournalism, but I grew up like one of my uncles was always big into us like learning history, so house full of National Geographic, Time magazine, always on the History Channel, always on Animal Planet, National Geographic, all that type of shit. So seeing photos of like your Tiananmen squares, I think they call it I think the photo's called Napalm Girl. It's a photo of a little girl running, like she's like tearing her clothes off that are on fire, and it's allegedly like a photo that circulated towards the end of the Vietnam War, or that would have led to the end of the Vietnam War. A lot of I don't know. Photojournalists are very much right there in the action. Everything they kind of say in the movie is true. As much research as I've done, it's pretty true to like what they do.
I was just looking at it like, yo, this can't be real.
Yeah, no, that's, bro. Like, there's a lot of photos. I remember, bro. There's photos. People fucking. I mean, you see a clip of Kirsten Dunst taking a photo of a gentleman. They're lighting him on fire in the middle of the street. Yeah, I can't tell you how many times I've seen those in magazines and shit.
I think I always just like attributed things to like lenses and zoom.
Word, like yeah, like we're over here with it.
100%.
Yeah,
like I just knew. Like if we talk about where we are right now, I just knew like where the vehicles are. That's where like the press was.
Okay.
And like amazing lenses to make you feel like you were there. Like, yo, I'm not thinking that somebody's like peering around the corner with like a shotgun, or a semi-automatic rifle or whatever the case may be, and you're just like peering right behind them with the camera like like, no, hold on. Let me frame you up properly. Let me get the right framing on this, because the paper's gonna love it.
Yeah, nah, because that something like that would be you're setting up It'd be almost like setting up a crime, basically, if it was.
Bro.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Nah, it's a very realistic question. No, the only dumb question is the question you don't ask, brother. You know? But yeah, no, I mean, if that's your first, if this is like something that may be like your first insight to photojournalism, it's definitely shock value.
Right.
It's super intense. Like, and this is not to say that all like photojournalism is like them capturing something graphic or whatever. You know, there's nature, and all that shit. But when it comes to wartime or any type of conflict show, like I remember, you know, we grew up in a time where like Africa had a lot of internal conflict. So I remember reading and seeing a bunch of stuff, like anything that was going on in Somalia at the you know, late 90s, early 2000s, read up on a lot of that stuff. Obviously, first Desert Storm, and then our Iraqi engagement, big on reading all that shit. Yeah, dudes, you know, boots on the ground in Fallujah, seeing all these fucking crazy,
Gotcha.
you know, the bombings and shit like that, yo. Okay. Yeah, I had my sister dated a kid that he's Bosnian. Learning about his family, learning about I think the conflict between them and I think Chechnya, seeing stuff like it's war torn countries, yo. It's it's intense. They do. I mean, journalism. So let's take it back a little bit. Like people had a different interpretation of this movie. Like people thought this movie was gonna be, they thought it was gonna be more of an action movie. They thought it was gonna be I think, you know, maybe more of a conspiracy movie, because, you know, we just came off of doing Leave the World Behind. This movie, in a lot of ways, maybe either doesn't give you certain resolution or doesn't give you the resolution that you may be looking for. I feel like
felt bad for the dude that ended up dying.
Yeah. We're talking about Sammy.
He told him
what it was.
Looks like death over there.
Yeah. I think when the trailer came out, I think I was like everybody else, oh shit, we're about to see like some new war epic or something like that.
Okay.
When we start the movie, it immediately basically tells you this is not the movie that you think you're gonna watch. Like, I kind of remember telling Katsky, I kind of like it more that it's not in your face type of war movie. Like, it's not just, you know, you're not looking for the next action scene. It's very much a movie that's about character development. My favorite thing about the movie is you're getting 4 different perspectives of a photojournalist, or just a journalist in general. You have Jesse's character that's in the beginning of her career. You have Joel's character that is, I guess, would represent Kirsten Dunst on her rise, like wants to be in the fight all the time, is very fucking overly ambitious, like let's go and get the story that no one else is trying to go get.
But overly ambitious. Okay.
Yep. Kirsten Dunst, the veteran nearing her end, and then Sammy that's at the end.
Yeah.
You know, and then you kind of you can even look at the ages. Sammy, the wise, you know, Kirsten Dunst, he's her mentor. Joel takes, you know, it's like it's a whole pecking order. Yeah. Right. I loved that theme, and how everybody changes over the course of the movie, because you're essentially watching this in real time. So like you're seeing Jesse go from this young, naive, fucking, I don't know, and making all the wrong fucking decisions.
I feel like she was
to being what we see at the end. You know what I'm saying?
And I think no matter what you decide to do, you're always faced with that moment. Mm-hmm. Obviously, not as gory, but you are faced with moments where you're like, okay, I didn't expect it to be this way, but there's still enough of the purity of what I expected this to be for me to deal with all the weird shit that comes with it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, you know how much, I mean, not to do a complete aside, but you know how much nonsense you've dealt with as far as producing music? But there's still something about that feeling you get when you get a perfect song made that makes you still want to do it. As opposed to just like, wow, there's a lot of nonsense going on. I don't want to deal with niggas. I don't want to deal with, like, the computer issues. I don't want to deal with this costing me thousands of dollars. I don't want to deal with it. You know what? Forget it. On to my regular life. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she's literally having an experience where she's like, this is crazy, but I've still never felt more alive. Yeah. Like, and I feel like this is what I'm supposed to do. Like, yeah, that was like a weird, like, scene that stuck out to me as far as, like, her growing into the purpose, but realizing the reality of what she was purposed to do. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean?
Are you talking about the
She was talking with Kirsten Dunst's character.
This is after they go to the gas station. Was it that scene?
Yeah, it's like a little bit. Yeah, it's like deeper into the movie
and
when
she asks her, "Yo,
like,
would you would have took?" Oh, wait, maybe we're getting scenes mixed up because I'm thinking about the conversation they have where she eventually asked Kirsten Dunst like, "Oh, if it was me, if that was my body back there, would you?"
Oh,
would
no,
you have
not
taken
that
a picture? Oh, wasn't that scene?
It's a scene where she's speaking, and she's speaking to I think it's already after the gas station. She had already like threw up in the car. I think it might be after.
So after Sammy,
I think it might be after.
After Sammy died, where she's like, "Oh, I'm still." I forget what she says, but she's still
the
like
last
processing.
part of the sentence was she never felt more alive.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? I felt like that was just like
that's the
like it's deep, just because like it's so traumatic. That like, how does that make you feel?
Yeah.
Like
that whole that I mean,
like that has to be the mind frame of just whenever you're pursuing something.
That might be one of my favorite, I guess, set, because it's obviously a set of scenes, but like how that whole scene, because we always jump around, so we can get into that, like basically the beginning of the third act. Joel's two journalist friends end up speeding up on them. So it's like, we talked about tension building and leave the world behind and not having a payoff. This scene right here was everything. It's like, it already starts off tense. You're seeing a car follow them. Wild. You don't know what it is. Car pulls up. Oh, surprise. It's our friends from the spot. He was a little too drunk. He was flirting with the girl in the back.
Snitch.
Wild snitch, Wild snitch. Funny as hell. Like it didn't dawn on me like the first time I watched the movie, but like this, I've watched this a handful of times already, but I'm just like, oh shit, wait a minute. It makes more sense as to why she's around, not just, oh, this is my idol. It'd be cool if I tag along. Nah, she probably batted her little eyes at him real quick because he clearly said, oh, damn, maybe I was a little too drunk. You know what I'm saying? Like, because he's the wild one in the crew, He's gung-ho. He wants the story. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, they pull up. They do the whole car exchange thing. Oh, my God, this is
weird.
Super weird. Why are we being this
unnecessary.
irresponsible, mad unnecessary?
Like, I got to do it, too. No, you
don't. Get your ass in the car, Stop.
Relax.
Matter of fact, I'm going to just veer this way. Like,
you weren't even supposed to be in here.
Not supposed to be here.
Like, oh, my God. It's like forcing babysitting on a person.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
which is what Kirsten Dunst was trying to avoid
reluctantly
the first half of the
time,
movie.
Never wanted you here, and I have to take care of you.
We'll bounce back to this, but the framing of that scene where the next day she wakes up, she's going to the car and she sees Sammy and her. The fucking trunk is open and they're having this discussion. Oh, why is old ass Sammy here? Well, why is the young ass girl here? I don't want him here. He's old and slow. I don't want her here. She's gonna fucking get herself killed or get us killed. Fucking God. Foreshadowing.
And
you know what I'm saying?
And who made a better choice?
In allowing Sammy to come ultimately because
man, just think of that
shout
scene.
out to the black man saving the day.
Think of the scene. Think of the scene, bro. Like, yo, you know why they were over there? Because that girl was brought. That girl was brought. Kirsten Dunst's character had the emotion to want to make sure she was okay.
Yeah.
Now they're following her. That's when we get to the America ass niggas.
Yeah.
And then, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like they all go there behind her. So that's the person you brought. While we're in this jam, which is absolutely insane,
see what thinking
our
with your
lives
dick.
are saved by the person I brought.
Yeah. See what thinking with your dick gets you, yo. Crazy.
Yo.
Crazy.
Turn down the horny.
Yo, that all the way down.
Turn down the horny.
Wartime. This is the last thing we should be thinking about, dog.
Like we have wartime photography to do.
Yeah.
We have pictures to take.
We have a tyrannical president to try to go meet. It's fucking suicide mission.
Meanwhile,
you know. So yeah, but yeah, the tension just keeps building. Yo, the car goes out of frame. Oh, where are they? Yo, where's your boy? Oh, I don't know. He's just fucking around. Well, is he? I don't know. Like you said, Kirsten Dunst, the mom, instincts start to kick in a little bit. Yo, pull up on the car.
To show how fast he could drive.
Yeah, come on, man. Like this is what we're doing in this time, in this type of setting. Yeah, a little far fetched, yo. But then yeah, they pull up. After almost getting ran off the road, which is weird to me that military vehicle, like, I think that military vehicle is with them. Because if you see the truck that they're using to dump the bodies into the grave, you know what I'm saying? So, because it's not that, theoretically, I don't think it's that far from where they are. Like, they get ran off the road and then they go up and then all of a sudden they're in that town. So I'm like, all right, well, these guys clearly have access to military weapons, military vehicles. If I'm that truck, I would have stopped. Who the fuck are y'all? You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like they probably stopped them in the town and then, hey, grab these guys, and then they continued on whatever the fuck they were going to go do. You know what I'm saying? But anyway.
I feel like whoever grabbed them, like, I don't feel like it was like a robust staff, for lack of better words.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, it wasn't a fire operation.
Yeah. 6-7 guys,
bunch of rebels without a cause.
Yeah, a bunch of good old boys. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like
the don't tread on me types.
Like we're gonna fix this country.
Yeah,
like Like here's a gun and a MAGA hat. Let's go. We're out. Like we're gonna get right. Like you know what I mean? Like just sitting there. Like it started with some Budweiser, and here we are. Like it wasn't no militia.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
Like, whereas, like, it'd be like, okay, like, we're stopping people, what's popping, we're sending you to the next guy, we're staying on our post.
Yeah.
It wasn't that organized, it wasn't that sophisticated. To me, it's like the dudes that pulled them over walked them to them dudes. And that's how everybody else just sees a car sitting there with the doors open.
Yeah.
And it's like, yo, what? What's going on? Oh, they over there. Oh, all right. Like, head that way. Because you got to think about it. If it was a sophisticated operation, they wouldn't have been able to creep up on them.
Yeah, they walked.
That would have never happened.
They walked right up on them.
If it was a sophisticated operation, there would have been somebody in a sniper position.
Right.
There would have been somebody like, oh, okay. And it would have
like the
scene,
the earlier sniper scene. Yeah.
Even when they was in the like euphoric town, there was somebody up top.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, like you're showing just how Bush League this situation is that y'all got going on over here. Very barbaric, very chaotic, but like intentional.
Yeah.
That's not taking no shorts.
This is one of my favorite scenes of the year. Yeah. Like yo, Jesse Plemons, bro, like him.
Didn't expect him to be that guy. Is that the guy that the America guy?
Yeah, that's Jesse Plemons, yeah.
Okay.
So
didn't expect him to do that type of acting.
Oh, really?
but I'm not familiar. I think I've seen him in more funny stuff before. So
I was gonna say he's one of those actors that he's been in a lot. He's never really had like a starring role. He's an amazing like character actor. Like he comes in, like one of the podcasts I listen to, they have awards, and they have like a Dion Waiters award, yo. So they're like, just a dude that's gonna come in, drop 30 real quick,
okay,
off the bench type shit.
Gotcha.
Jesse Plemons is one of those guys. He gonna come in and get you 30, or he's gonna come in and he's gonna drop 12 points in a minute and a half, to put you up. You know what I'm saying? Like he's one of those. So in this scene, and quite literally like doing just behind the scenes on the movie, the original actor dropped out, and he came in on like 2 days notice to shoot what we saw.
Heard.
And he smoked it, He smoked it. Cause he definitely makes, he adds to the tension crazily. Sure. Like I can't even imagine who the fucking other actor may have been.
Can't unsee it.
Cause even in the trailer, one of the trailers, they marketed a lot of his scene into the thing, and it's just like, oh shit, like, oh, Jesse Plemons is in here. That's one of the things where I'm like, oh, if Jesse Plemons is in it, this gotta be good, yo.
Gotcha.
But yeah, nah, he fucking, he smoked that shit, yo. What kind of American are you, yo? Like, are you, what did he say? Are you fucking, there's Central American, there's South American, like, you know what I'm saying? And you would think him saying Florida would have.
It was close.
It was close, but he watching it like today before coming in. I looked at that scene or that interaction a little bit differently. Like he was all about Jesse being from Oklahoma, I believe, and then Kirsten Dunst. He was cool with Colorado.
It was Missouri.
Because
he talked about it being the show me state.
The show me state, word. See, look at you. I don't even, you know what I'm saying? Word.
I watched it.
Nah, but like, Oklahoma sounded like this. Oh, it's like
same vibes.
Same vibes, right? I'm sure those states are.
I mean,
they got to be close together, right?
I hate to say it, but when you're thinking about place that would give you America vibes, like I mean, like.
Oklahoma, Missouri, Montana, Utah.
See?
Racist as fuck out there.
I wouldn't even say like completely, but at least reputed to be such. Mm-hmm. And I mean, like, like just thinking about Idaho, thinking middle America.
A lot of flat.
Yeah. Rural.
See the tornado coming.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, like, what's that, Twister? Mm-hmm. Remember the movie Twister? Oh man, what was her name? Is that Helen Hunt?
Helen Hunt. Look at yo, you 3 for 3.
Come on, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I know my whites.
I'm getting there. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you see me? Do you see me getting there? Yeah, like I seen it. You know what I'm saying? I seen some movies. Like I'm growing. Pause.
Hey,
that's sick. Back to the matter at hand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But nah, bro, I just like those are towns like, like a Denver, Idaho, where else?
Yeah, Wisconsin.
Kansas.
The Dakotas. Yeah.
Dakota. Shout out to Shout out to Dakota.
Yeah. All of those vibes. Yeah. Indiana even, you could say. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
But watching it is like, because in the movie we know, because we don't know why any of this shit really popped off. There's a lot of speculation. This is just like, it's similar to Leave the World Behind. It doesn't explain a lot. It kind of just drops you in the middle of some shit. So obviously this has been a conflict that has gone on for a while. We know the president is on his 3rd term. He didn't want to leave office. Reflective of, you know what I'm saying, what people think this next election might end up being like. Trump might not want to leave and all this other shit. He already alluded to, if you vote me in this time, you won't have to ever vote again. Very dictator vibes, whatever. Yeah, exactly.
Dun, dun, dun.
Because I definitely don't want to dive crazy into conspiracy. We've done enough of that, yo. Yeah, we've done enough of that.
I appreciate you.
Yeah. But just people's interpretation of this movie, like they thought, they thought it was just gonna be, they thought it was the director was gonna choose a side. This is very apolitical. This is very down the middle. This is very much, again, it's a photojournalist movie, but they're, because a true journalist job is to tell an unbiased, if you want to make it political, a bipartisan, accurate tale of what's going on, So, which was funny because you can tell that Joel at least sides with the Western forces, which is California and Texas. And I'm sure other states, but like the two biggest states, one the most liberal, one the most conservative, joining forces against tyranny.
Okay.
I thought that was a fire theme. Again, we're talking about these two movies that we viewed, which are trying to depict a modern societal collapse. I think that's pretty fucking accurate, yo. If we're thinking that humans actually will work together, I think, again, the two states that are polar opposite, that's the thing that they care about the most, which is upholding democracy.
Okay.
Upholding, and again, fighting against tyranny. It's like, no, this is still for the betterment of the people. Like, yeah, we may disagree on certain political points, but this one common ground, like sticking together, making sure that, there is no totalitarian power. We got to shut this shit down. I thought that shit was fly. I thought that was probably the biggest statement in the movie that really doesn't make any real political statements.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I really fucked with that. But Joel seems to really side with the Western forces. I mean, there's a couple of times in the movie where, the sniper standoff. Oh, are you guys Western forces? Oh, well, who are you fighting for? And they're just kind of like, yo, bro, we're getting shot at. You're getting shot at. We're trying to take out the guy that's shooting at us. That's kind of all that matters right now.
The gig is the gig.
The gig is the gig.
You here taking photos or nah?
Yeah, right.
Like,
yeah.
Like you sound like you want to get into something above your pay grade.
Yeah. And which is part of his job, but it's just like, it's okay to be on one side, to identify with one side or the other. But when you're in his field, it's like, bro, just worry about the task at hand, yo. Worry about getting out of this gunfight. Like because I don't really know what Joel.
Just call it down the middle, bro.
Joel is supposed to be. He wants to interview the president, but like, is he a writer? Is he a journalist like that? Is he? He's more of a reporter.
Not at least what I've seen.
Right, because like Sammy, I think they said he works for like the New York Times or the New York Post or something like that. So we know he's working for physical media.
Okay, you know what? They actually did give more than I'm giving credit for, because they were kind of reviewing questions in the car.
Yeah, yeah.
And like when they were going back and forth, that lends to the fact that Joel, right? That lends to the fact that Joel had more to offer than just being a photographer. Not that photographers are just, but
right.
Like, whereas like I don't feel like Kirsten Dunst's character was giving a lot of feedback on questions and approach. Whereas
she's just there for...
but he was critiquing his questions. Like, oh, no, that's going to come across this way. Oh, that's not.
Yeah.
Like, that's not, what is it? That's not bipartisan, or that's not, what do you say?
Like he said one of them was too...
like, that's not, that's kind of biased. Like,
one was biased, one was too aggressive.
Yeah, and then he's like, bingo, when he got to,
Yeah.
So the fact that he, like, especially with him being an OG, like our older guy, like the fact that he'd be able to critique his approach and interviewing style, that would lead me to believe that he was doing, some reporting as well as photography.
Okay.
Like writing and pictures. I'd have to give him credit for that.
Word. Yeah.
Or at least dabbling.
Yeah. And I liked all the scenes where they were interact, because like you only see them interact with like a handful of like other reporters, but you're getting like you got your photojournalism, you got your reporters. You know, I'm sure obviously there's probably like I don't want to call them like beat writers. But like I'm sure you have your more journalistic like people that are writing articles and editorials and shit like that.
Right.
The video people, because you see them later. They pop up in the hotel, but you see them later on. When they go to the White House, the girl with the glasses and the guy that she's with, they're early in the movie talking. Okay. There's just like a quick scene where they're all having drinks. There's like a joke that gets said, and it's from the gentleman wearing the helmet at the end of the movie. But yeah, like where were we at? Yeah, we kind of jumped off topic a little bit. Oh yeah, just all the banter amongst just the different colleagues, and yeah, they're working for opposing media, but you know they're all in this bullshit like together. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like yeah, that was those were just fly little moments because you know, we get that bit towards the end after Sammy dies, which let's take it to that real quick, Sammy sacrifices himself. You know what I'm saying? He's like you said, he's our elder, he's our wise guide, if you will, through this movie.
It's just funny because
when Joel is spazzing, when obviously he finds out off camera that the Western forces are starting to move in on DC because the president and his army.
Oh, when he said like Sammy died for nothing,
bro. Wild, Granted, everybody's going through it.
But
everybody's going through it. We see everybody process differently. Fucking Kirsten Dunst takes a photo of him, but then deletes it. Jesse is starting to become numb to all the shit. Joel is fucking enraged because he just watched, two of his good friends get killed by a dude that was fucking racist. And he was probably next. That's why I was saying, like, oh shit, maybe he didn't fuck with the fact that he was from Florida. Maybe that wasn't enough.
That's why I said it was close.
It was close. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, Florida, Cuba, nigga. Like, right. Like, I know what you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like that shit, that was a piece of dialogue that floored me. Like, I'm just like, yo, died for nothing? Yo, you're alive, bro.
I mean, I'm thinking like, I guess if there's nobility in death, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, yo, like we're on a mission. Like, they're not the military themselves, but they have a mission that they're trying to complete. Like, so, you know what I mean? Like, you're going out for the objective, and it's like, okay, if we're going out for this purpose, and now, like, that's not even happening, it's like, yo, like, we can't even finish the job in his honor because it's not even available to do anymore.
Okay, yeah.
That's kind of how I took that. Even though it's, like, a very misplaced, like, phrasing, I still understood it.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, oh, yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, you can't even, like, you know what I mean? Like, like, oh my God.
You want to know? It's. I like you bringing that up because when we get to the end, like literally the very fucking end, when we always spoil these movies. Obviously, spoiler alert. We probably shouldn't even have to say that by now.
No,
but like Jesse getting Kirsten Dunst killed, and then snapping her photo like to get like the perfect shot. Joel just fucking picks, let's move on. They keep moving forward. Like after that moment, like you can see it on his face. My fucking arguably my best friend, best colleague, probably his mentor, like we mentioned, just got clipped in front of me. But we made it this far. We gotta finish the mission. Because even bro, the look on Jesse's face, dog. Again, the killing of Sammy, her falling into the mass grave, desensitization, in real time. Yeah, we're watching her evolve, and they even Kirsten Dunst yells at her in the beginning of the movie, like, yo, you gotta fucking buck up. You know, Sammy's like, yo, chill, relax. This is her first go around. And she's like, nah, fuck that. She want to roll with the big dogs, grow some fucking paws, yo. You know what I'm saying?
Heard you, right.
Yo, she took it to heart. Yo, Kirsten, you already told her, yeah, I would have snapped your fucking dead photo. You know what I'm saying? Buck up, get tough. All right, I'm getting tough. And then, all right, this is my moment.
Full circle.
Fucked up. But yeah, yo, the mission got to continue. Yo, just the look on her face was kind of like, yeah, I did that. My interpretation. You know what I'm saying? Like both of our movies that we did for our episodes leave us with nothing but our interpretations, I feel. So yeah, like I've had conversations with Katsky about this movie since it came out, and he might feel similar to me after repeated conversation, but I'm just like, yo, bro, she did that shit on purpose. Like, I think she did that shit on purpose.
Yikes.
Like, nasty work, yo. Nasty work. And on some movie shit, if you allow me, A24 always has like what's being known as like it's the A24 moment in their movies. Like, there's always just some either off the wall or just like a switch gets flipped and you're just like, okay, I'm watching an A24 movie. This is their first movie. This is their first like blockbuster, big budget movie that they've produced. I think it was like a $50 million movie. It made a couple $100 million in the box office. It did very well. But most of their movies they're making for 20-30 million. Like, they make lower budget movies and, you know, a lot of original ideas, so on and so forth. But for this movie being probably the most grounded movie that they've done, I think that's the A24 moment, is when Jesse fucking leaps out. Kirsten Dunst feels compelled to push her out the way and then clipped. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that bitch did that shit. I don't know, that bitch did that shit, yo. Because I've seen other theories where they're just like, oh, she's that's just another moment of her being so overzealous.
I can see both.
And, you know, wanting to be, for sure. Like, you can. There's.
But I mean,
that's the beauty of this, yo. You can see so many different angles, yo.
You can't tell someone to be a shark and then get mad when they do sharky shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's a baton pass there. Mm-hmm. This is a moment. Mm-hmm. There's a career defining moment off rip. Like, if my name's gonna be on the caption and actually be like, you know, like a photo of the predecessor. Mm-hmm. That's big. Cause
yo, let's take it back to a couple key moments for Jessie. She regrets not taking photos when they're at the gas station. She froze up.
Yeah.
Then they have the conversation. Yo, don't freeze up. You know, I'd have took a picture of you dead. You know what I'm saying? Like, compartmentalize some of this shit. Understand that, you know, like, the gig is the gig. To that engagement that we saw them get into, where there's a scene where Kirsten Dunst, she's coming around to take a photo of the gentleman that got shot, and then Jesse cuts in. I don't think necessarily on purpose, but she gets a lower, better angle. Yep. And then we see the results of that photo. Kirsten Dunst is like, and it's fucking, that's another line that I was just like, gives me chills. She's like, yo, Jesse, this is a good photo. Yeah. And it's of this guy fucking dying.
Yeah, of course.
Like, you know what I'm saying? To the photo that she takes at the end. You know what I'm saying? It's like you've helped mold this girl into this beast, yo. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah.
Like, your creation is your downfall, Dr. Frankenstein type your shit.
Replacement.
Boom. Straight like that. Yeah. And I don't know. I think that type of shit is incredible. But I think, again, to take it back to it, that's the A24 moment, I feel, for this movie. Watched it a handful of times. It still gets me every time. We have talking about Jesse on her rise. When they make it to DC, she's all up in the shit. Kirsten Dunst is having a fucking panic attack for most of that last scene.
Last part, right?
But then when they get into, once she's like, oh, the president's not in the limo, they run into the White House, you start to see Kirsten Dunst be in it. Like, it's like she got like an adrenaline shot.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Sure. Again, know I'm all over the place, but I do want to give a shout out to, how did you feel about all the still shots, like in the movie, like where you're basically seeing what's in their lens. So
no, I thought that would fit perfect with the storytelling.
Loved pretty much all the photos, but my favorite still shot is at the end when Kirsten Dunst, when she jumps the hallway and gets next to the to one of the higher ranking soldiers, and she gets that close up shot of him like holding the pistol, and you can kind of see down the hallway.
Right.
That shot is fucking incredible to me.
Gotcha.
I thought that shot was incredible. Obviously, the gentleman that was wounded, that was an incredible shot. And then the shot that Jesse, I think it's a shot that Jesse takes of Sammy when they're driving through like the fire embers.
Yeah, I like that.
And he's looking out the window.
That was crazy.
Super effective.
That was crazy.
Yeah, that like, while Alex Garland makes this movie apolitical, I think he did a very good job at, while people thought this was going to be a hardcore war movie, I think he still gave us a good depiction of war. Yeah. From a different perspective. Like, we've seen war movies from the perspective of obviously people in it, whether it's the soldiers or the people and like the village that it affects. A movie like The Pianist, where Adrian Brody is a Jewish pianist, living in war-torn ghettos. And I believe that movie takes place in Poland. I haven't seen that in a while. But like, just seeing his neighborhood deteriorate over time during World War II. Okay. And then, movies like Saving Private Ryan, where you're with the soldiers as they travel through war-torn France and shit like that. So it's like, you're seeing all these different perspectives. We haven't seen a perspective necessarily from the journalist. I can't really name a movie.
It was the first for me.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure I've seen a shit ton of war movies. You've seen your fair share. Bro, none of them really focus on
not at all.
Journalism, yo. Again, bouncing around, how many, just the political world that we find ourselves in now in the United States, fake news, publications going out of business and merging and what's real, and you damn near gotta pay for the news now. Sometimes the homies will send me mass live links. I can't even read.
You literally do. You have
some.
Yeah, you have to subscribe to Mass Live.
It's terrible. Yeah, I can't even get the news now.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So
you got Twitter, right?
You said what?
So you got Twitter.
You got Twitter? Yeah. You better hope somebody's tweeting about the same shit. That's it. You know what I mean? Like, seeing a movie with this perspective, I think was fresh, because I think it succeeded at telling us like the ugly side of war.
It did.
The ugly side of human nature,
or the business,
or the business. Yeah.
Like, cause it was a very inhumane look at all those bodies.
Yeah.
You know that it was like a commodity. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? As a commodity. At the end of the day, like, it's a subject.
Word.
For your canvas. Like, you know what I mean? Like, wow, like, how does this battlefield look? Mm-hmm. And I mean, I just never thought of a person putting together the optics, okay, to create the visual for a story when it's in battle. I just figured it was just more candid. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And it's just like, I never thought like even when catching a candid, like yo, trust me, like I mean, like I've always shout out to Visionary. I always talked about Dari or something. Like I'd be like, yo, bro, like you catch the best candids of me.
Word.
Like, you know what I mean? Like we'll just be like laughing, joking. It's like, yo, like I don't smile too much in pictures. Not that I'm opposed, but I just feel like it looks forced or weird or whatever. But I'm like, you always catch like, and I mean, like I can say that confidently at this point because like it's like he's caught pictures of us talking.
Yeah.
Like while we're at functions.
Nah, bro's nice with it.
He's caught pictures of me laughing with my girl. He's caught pictures of me in like big laughs. Like he took photos at my dad's birthday party. Like so it's like I've been in different settings and I'm like, yo, that's exactly how I felt. Like when I look at the picture.
Word.
So I have to give him props for that. You know what I mean? Like shout out to bro.
A good photographer or journalist, those instincts.
Yeah.
Just knowing when
but
to capture the moment.
Outside of the instinct, to hear the conversation be so methodical when you're not just catching people laughing and joking, but you're catching people dying. That's what I'm saying when I speak on the business of like turning the bodies into commodities.
Because what does she say? She's
like,
you might get one good moment. You might get one
like,
out of every 30.
You're dragging it or you're waiting too long. Like you know what I mean? Like finding the sweet spot in the for the photograph. Like it's a very. It makes sense, but it's a water cooler conversation that you never think you're gonna hear.
Word. Yeah. Yo, it's funny, right? So I alluded to like conservatives really. I feel like they were the first ones at the movie theater to go see this. Fresh off
so
of
disappointed.
January 6th shit.
Oh, insurrection.
Few year insurrection vibes. The Jesse Plemons being in the marketing. Oh, this is about to be and this is also off of that shitty
I respect the
the fuck was this movie? The QAnon people about the dude that was saving the kids that were kidnapped. It was a very white savior movie that was draped in bullshit.
I respect the outrage marketing. Like like there's a bunch of those people. There's a bunch of people that like in a closet way feel that way. So it's like, like bring your mad money here and then like I'm gonna still take your $10 and your $20 respectfully.
Alex Garland and company were
like,
eating y'all up. Yeah, they were loving. I'm sure he was loving anybody to go see his movie, but the fact that like conservatives 100%. Flew to that shit, and then obviously they were mad about it, and they're probably the ones that drove some of the ratings down a little bit.
And the reason I say mad is like it's not even that they didn't get what they want, but it's just like when a scene that's so minute in the movie,
to the grand scheme of the movie,
takes over so much of the trailer. It's similar to what you said about
Leave the War Behind. Yeah,
and you know what I mean. Like it's like that was a very small part of the bigger.
Yeah, and it's funny. Both scenes basically towards the end of the movie, like
right.
Yeah. But yo, that's marketing for you, yo. That's how they get us to buy.
Shout out to marketing.
Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah. I overall, man, I have this as one of my favorite movies to come out this year. Like I know we haven't done a lot of like, I mean, shit. This is probably the second movie that we've done that was like a new movie, like Deadpool, Wolverine. That was in very real time in the moment. This came out, early spring, late winter, early spring, somewhere around there. Okay. But it's the only other movie that we've done that came out like 2024.
Okay.
Yeah. Everything else, has been out for at least a year or longer.
Gotcha.
But I have this as definitely one of my favorite movies this year. I haven't seen a lot, but out of what I've seen, at least from like December till now, yeah, this was up there for me. Subverted expectations, but in a good way. Like I said, like I thought it was gonna be more bang bang shoot 'em up ish, which I don't know, man. I think they gave us enough.
Gory.
I think they gave us enough. The engagement that we saw, which shout out to De La Soul, crazy choices for music in this in this movie. I think some hits, some misses. The De La Soul shit was different. It's happy-go-lucky. We're seeing this engagement. We're seeing dudes get mowed down with 50 cows to fucking hip-hop beat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I forget the name of the De La song. Hip-hop heads are probably going to kill me for this, but it's upbeat.
Hip-hop,
like,
hip-hop.
yeah. It's upbeat. I'm pretty sure this is off of either their first album or it's off of one of their first 3 albums, if I'm just hearing the type of beat it is. Like, it's off of one. And that's when their music was a little bit more, like, upbeat and shit. So it's like, oh, shit. Like, all right, this is what we're choosing. Right. We get the scene at the end, which... It's enough for me, yo. It was enough for me. Like, we didn't need to see, did we need to see Jesse Plemons and team shooting all those people before they dumped him? Nah, I think just seeing it. The best movies is show, don't tell. No sound, no nothing. We just see the character Jesse and the other Asian journalist on their knees. And then you just see the dumpster slowly rising. Mm-hmm. Effective. Oh, shit. There's definitely we see Jessie look, and then she gets freaked out. Oh, what is she getting freaked out about? Oh, there's like 20 bodies getting fucking dumped. Crazy. And him just throwing the lie down and all that shit. Like, yeah, listen, effective as fuck, yo. Like, Alex Garland and team, yo, they did enough, yo.
Hats off.
Hats off. I ain't take it off. My hair is not cooperating today, but yeah. That's why the hat is back. Yeah, facts. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I recommended this to a lot of people because it is a dialogue. It's a dialogue pusher, for sure. But I'm conspiracied out, bro. I'll be honest.
Don't worry. When we finish, we're gonna pick some lighthearted.
Some
lighthearted films.
Yeah, I think we need to get into comedy bag. You know what I'm saying? I think we could get into the comedy bag a little bit more.
So is it on that note?
I think so.
On that note, you've seen us dissect Civil War. Heard me?
You heard me?
What you see is what you get. It's what you get. Then what you see is what you get. What you see is what you get. What you see is what you